Hey YouTubers, it's Thursday, you know what that means. Today's theme, or this week's theme, rather, is the 5 albums or artists that you like best. I really don't have much to contribute to this because honestly, I hardly listen to any other music besides musicals. So I am going to do my best to come up with 5 different artists that I like, and I'm not going to include any musicals today because I know that we will talk about musicals eventually. So number one would have to be Nickel Creek. Nickel Creek is a band that has kind of a blend of bluegrass and a little rock. They call themselves acoustic music. They've only released about 3 albums, 2 or 3 albums, and then they broke up because they wanted to go and pursue other musical interests. I actually have my iPod right here. I was gonna pull up one of their songs. Um, Let me see. This one is called This Side, and it is from the album Nickel Creek. I had the opportunity to see them in concert a few years ago out in a park somewhere, and they were absolutely incredible. They were really friendly and had a great sound and a lot of really insane fans. So, yeah, that's Nickel Creek. They have a lot of they do their own stuff, but also they do some old folk tunes and stuff like House Carpenter, which is really cool. Um, Let me see my trusty little notebook where I keep track of all of the things that we're doing here. Number two band is Starfield. It's a Christian rock band that I became interested in a few years ago when I went to a youth conference and they were there. If you don't like Christian rock music, whatever. I personally like them. They have amazing lyrics. They have great messages to them. They have a really great sound too. One of their songs, Revolution, was the theme of the youth conference, which this is it right here. Um, there were people in bleachers who were just jumping up and down and knocking bleachers down. It was really incredible. Um, they go on tour occasionally too. They have a website if you guys want to check them out. They have a really great sound, and I've enjoyed listening to their stuff. Um, Number three, and this is kind of embarrassing. I like Green Day. Um, I know it's kind of uh, an in thing to like this alternative music, as they call it, but I honestly went into listening to their album American Idiot expecting to really hate it, but I've kind of fallen in love with their stuff. They have an unusual sound. um, their lyrics are unlike anything I've ever heard before. I've really enjoyed listening to the musical American Idiot, which is all of the albums on, or all of, I'm tired, all of the songs on the album American Idiot, plus a few others that they threw in to weave together a story. So I've listened to those a lot. Today being September 1st, I've been listening to a lot of Wake Me Up When September Ends. And I actually was playing it in the car before for my dad when he was taking me to a rehearsal, and even my dad has started to get into Green Day, so that's something interesting too. Number four is kind of a cross between the Beatles and Elton John. It's music that my dad grew up with and that he really loves, so I was kind of indoctrinated from a young age into listening to Elton John. My dad will sing along in the car or at a restaurant or anything to any Elton John song. He loves hitting the high notes, and I love I love Elton John because it reminds me of my dad, but also because he has some pretty decent songs. Even though the lyrics are strange and I don't understand what's going on in most of them, my favorite of Elton John songs that I listened to so far is Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters. There's actually a really cool video of Chad Kimball from the musical Memphis singing it in a cabaret. If you look that up on YouTube, it's really great video, and I like the song because it's strange and I have no idea what's being said in it. The Beatles is just kind of, well, you can't help but like the Beatles. Number five, I really don't have a number five, so I'm just picking a band that my friends have been making me listen to. They're weird. They fall under the category of electronica in iTunes. It's called Owl City. and they're just strange. I haven't really decided if I actually like them yet, but again, I like unusual sounding bands. So, yeah, I don't really have a favorite song either. So, um, hopefully next week there will be something that I can actually talk about. I apologize for the quickly thrown togetherness of this. Um, that's really all I have to say again for this week. AJ's up next. Enjoy your Labor Day and have a great weekend, everyone.